Hi guys, I'm Lizbeth and welcome back to my channel. So for today's YouTube video, I will be showing my school makeup routine. So let's get started. For school makeup, I don't really use that much products. I just kind of try to keep it very simple, especially because sometimes like school makeup doesn't even last for me. Sometimes I have a dance class, so everything just comes off at that point, or I have practice after school or something. So it's just like I'd rather have less makeup on than have a lot and like have to worry about it still looking good. I already did my skincare, so now what I'm gonna be doing is my eyebrows. I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Freeze. So what I do is I grab a spoolie. Simply I just brush all my brow hairs up, and then I use this like flat part that came with the brush, and I use it to like give a more laminated look. After they're up, I use, like I said, the flat part, and then all I do is go like this. And to finish my eyebrows, I grab a little more brow gel, and then I simply comb it out to form my shape. Okay, now that my eyebrows are nice and shaped, what I do after is I grab a brown cotton and I use the micellar water to add a little bit on the cotton, and then what I do with it is I just clean up the excess gel on my eyebrows. Now that my eyebrows are all cleaned up, I'm gonna go ahead and use the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I'm gonna use this all over my face. Next, I'm gonna use the Beauty Creations concealer in the shade C5, and I use this concealer all over my face as well. And since I have acne scars, I like to focus the concealer mainly on those spots. So this is all I use. I just kind of like do little dots around my face, and then what I like to do next to blend out the concealer, I like to use a brush that looks like this, and I like to use a brush first because I feel like with a brush you get more of a full coverage, especially if you have acne prone skin. I feel like it's better to start with a brush to blend out and have, like I said, more coverage, and then go in and blend everything out with a beauty blender. Okay, now I'm gonna use the Fenty Beauty contour stick in the shade Mocha, and I only use a little bit just to not look super pale. I use a little bit on my nose, and then I use a little bit on my forehead and on my cheekbones. And what I like to do, I like to blend out these little swatches with this type of brush. Just tap it in. I don't like to like drag it. Then for the nose contour, I use a brush like this to just tap it in. After that's done, I like to use a little bit of the Maybelline concealer to clean up the nose contour. I use very little concealer, and this is in the shade 10. I just simply blend it out with my beauty blender. After my contour, I like to use the e.l.f. liquid blush. I know it looks really messy, but these blushes are honestly really good. They are a dupe for the Rare Beauty one. This is in the shade Very Well, and I use a little bit because these liquid blushes are very pigmented, so like just a single drop can be a lot. I just blend it with a brush like this, and I like to put my blush on the highest temples of my cheeks because I really like the more like lifted blush look. So that's how the blush is looking like. Now I'm gonna go back with my Beauty Creations concealer, and I'm gonna apply it under my eyes. After that's applied, I like to blend it out with a beauty blender. Okay, after I'm done with all my cream products, I use the Fenty Beauty powder foundation in the shade 230. I like to use it with a brush like this. I just kind of like tap it off, and then before doing any powder products, I make sure there are no creases under my eyes. After that, I just apply it on my under eyes and then apply the rest on my face. After that's done, I use the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the shade Toasty. I just use an angled brush like this, and I just kind of like grab some and tap it off. And I like to use it on my cheekbones, a little bit on my jawline, and same on my forehead. Then I use a smaller angled brush to do my nose contour. Then I use the Fit Me Loose powder in the shade 5 to set my face just a little bit. I have combination skin, but mainly on the oily side. Setting my face is very important, at least to me. What I like to do is I grab a powder puff, grab some powder, and I tap it on my palm. And then I use it to set my under eyes. And then I do the same, just a bit less on my chin, right here. And then I use a little bit on my forehead. And then over here on my cheeks, I just kind of like lightly cover any acne marks. Lightly, I'm gonna be setting some powder on my nose. Now that it looks like this, after this I like to do my lips. The lip liner I use is the BB&W lip liner in the shade Lazy Day. I like to take off any excess makeup I have on my lips. Now that my lips are lined, it looks kind of crazy right now, but I like to apply the NYX Powder Puff Lippy in the shade Best Buds to fill in my lips. And now I'm gonna take off the powder with a big brush like this one. And for my nose powder, I like to use a brush like this just to get more inside the corners. Usually I like to reapply a bit more bronzer because since I don't put a lot in the beginning, the powder kind of takes that away. So I'm gonna just add a little bit more bronzer. And then I know it looks a bit harsh, so usually I just tap it in with my beauty blender to like not have it as harsh, because after I reapply it, I don't put any type of like powder or anything to make it less dark. I'm gonna use the Beauty Creations blush in the shade Vibin' With You. I like this blush combination because they're practically the same color. So usually when I apply my liquid, it kind of just goes away from the powders that I use. So this just kind of brings back the pink. You do not need a lot of this to get a pink look. Literally a little bit goes a long way. So I just finished one side. You can kind of see it. So now I'm gonna do the other, the same as how I applied my liquid blush. I like to do it on the highest to the lowest, and I try to like smile throughout the process of blending it because I like it when like the cheekbone is very like out. And then I bring it on to the top of my eyebrow, like kind of like my forehead. And then I'm gonna grab a little more just to put right here. And I'm gonna use a little bit what's left on my chin, and then same on my nose. After that, I apply the Becca highlight in the shade Champagne Pop. What I like to do is I grab a small brush like this, a little bit, and then I put it on the tip of my nose like that, and then I use it in my inner corner, but I'm still gonna do my lashes, so I'll do that after. So I like to put it on my brow bone, and then before I do my lashes, I like to use the e.l.f. Stay All Night setting mist to set my face. Now I'm gonna start doing my lashes. For my lashes, I use a Twizzerman lash curler. For mascaras, I use this green apple mascara. It's really dried out, but I like it just to get like my lashes ready to go. And then I like to use the black and gold apple mascara, and then to top it off, I use the Essence mascara on just the tips. So let me show you guys how I do my lashes. So I finished one eye off camera. As you can see, you can clearly see a difference. So now I'm going to show you guys how I do my lash routine step by step. So the first thing you want to do is you're going to use a spoolie to simply brush your lashes from root to tip. And you're going to try to like wiggle it while you're going up. Next, you're going to use any lash curler. The one I'm using, like I think I mentioned before, was the Tweezerman lash curler. So what I like to do is try to like go from like my outer corner and bring it in, and then just simply curl it like 2-3 times. Now that you're done curling your lashes, you're gonna go back in with your spoolie, brush your lashes because you don't want to have any clumps of lashes together. Now we're gonna use the green apple mascara, and what you're gonna do with this one, since it's really dried out, is you're gonna go from the tip, from the outer corner, you're just gonna lightly brush it, and then all you're gonna use this one for is the tips. Now that that's done, you're gonna go in with the black apple mascara, and you're gonna do the same format as you used for the first mascara. Okay, once you did the corner to the tips, you're gonna grab a little more and you're gonna lightly start putting mascara on your lashes, just like any regular mascara from root to tip. Now you're gonna use the Essence mascara on just the tips. While that's done, you're gonna get a lash separator, and you're just gonna go in through your lashes to get out any clumps of mascara that you have. After that, I know the lash, well, whenever I do my lashes, it gets really messy on my eyelid, so I like to use, going back to the micellar water, I use a Q-tip to clean up the excess mascara. So now that your lashes are nice and clean, you're gonna go back with the spoolie and brush them out. And then for your bottom mascara, I like to use the Sky High mascara from Maybelline for my bottom lashes. That's how the bottom lashes came out. Now, how I mentioned before how I didn't put the inner corner highlight, we're gonna go back to the Becca highlight that we used earlier, and then we're just gonna grab a little bit of highlight and then apply it in my inner corner like that. I don't use that much, but I just like the look of it, so that's why I apply it. Okay, so that's gonna conclude my makeup look. This is how it came out. It's very natural and simple. I also use this makeup look on a daily basis. Soon I will be making a makeup tutorial on my full B. I've done a lot on TikTok but never on YouTube, so I'll be putting one of those up very soon. So now I'm gonna go change, get ready, and then I'll come back and show you guys the final result. Okay guys, so this is the final look. I just decided to wear this like gray low cut shirt, and then I have some dark blue jeans on with some gray Air Maxes, and then I had washed my hair last night, so I just did a braid so it could be like nice and like wavy, and I decided to wear silver jewelry. So yeah, this is gonna conclude the end of the video. I hope the tutorial was helpful. I hope you guys use it, and if you do, comment down below. So now I'm off to school to start my day. So I'll see you guys next week. Bye you guys.